Hello, peoples. Oh, the orientation is vertical. Let me look into that just a second. Okay. Apparently, I shan't be long. I'll be right back. Hello and welcome back to Spoken Essays. I'm Harshal and you're watching the live video where I figure out how to code. Now, sorry about that, I had to take care of some business again. I was called, so I went there. But anyway, now we can get started with the project. We can continue with the project, what we were doing earlier. So let me share my screen with you guys and let's see what we were up to the last time. Now the screen is stuck, so let me refresh the display capture settings. Yes, okay, so now you guys can see that, and let's see. This is what we were looking at before. Let's wait for Replit to load, and it has loaded. I'll run these tests again just in case, to make sure that everything is running correctly. Let me open it right here in the next tab so that it starts running and I can run the tests. This shouldn't be HTTP, this will be HTTPS. We'll have to wait a few seconds. It will be the same, I just have to add HTTPS here. Yeah. And when I ask it to run tests, it will do a few things. It will check for all these values, and the only thing left is, well, we only have two things left now. One is this and one is that. This and that. Haha. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll resize this a little bit. Now we have the metric converter. We don't have to do anything with this now. I can keep this, I can turn this off really. Yeah. Now what we have to do is run the 12 tests. What 12 tests? This is 12, right? Yeah, 16, sorry. So we have to run 16 tests, and these are those 16 tests. What does this say? Convert handler should correctly convert gal to liter. Yeah. So I'll use this for now, for this. So I'll use that for this. So is whole number, is number. We're not using is whole number, we're using is number, but makes sense. So this, we've already passed the first test. I can confirm this way, npm run test. If I write this, it will run a few tests, and here at the end we will see that is whole number ran and it passed. Now we have to work on the rest, 14, 15 until 16 for the first unit test. I don't think, what I'll do is, maybe we'll need this, maybe we'll not need this, so let's confirm. Convert handler should correctly read a decimal number input. Now for this, what I can do is I have to find out how they are going to run their tests. Write the following tests. Yeah, that's okay. Should correctly read a decimal number input. How do you say? What does that even mean? Decimal, decimal. You can use fractions. This only does 16 tests passed. So that's not one. At least 16 tests passed. Of course we can cheat, but what do you mean by this? Sorry. What do you mean by this test? Decimal number input. Get number for 2. What is get number this? So assert.isNumber. When we pass number 2, does it say yes or no? Does it say true or not? 2 is a whole number, so yes, it works. Am I supposed to create a random number, perhaps? Don't know. Cool, then we have a decimal number input, that means a float basically. So I think we need is float. I'll open one of my previous codes, VS Code. Okay, so float, do we have? A float is not a string, so is string is not string, that's not one. float, float only appears once in this, and that's not the one. decimal perhaps, nope, not in unit test tests. These are functional tests. We are not working on functional tests yet. Okay. We're not working on functional tests yet. Only these number. We have numbers. Is array is not array type of. Equality numbers are coerced into strings with double equals. 12 and 12 compares strict equal number tests. My car type of is a number. Nope. Numbers are coerced. Nope, that's not the one. So I'll have to check. Literally assert methods in Chai HTTP. Chai assertion exactly. What do I want? Decimal or a float. Float doesn't say, decimal doesn't say, because it's writing that here, ASER, okay, that works. DCI, deci, nope. FLOA, nope. NUMBER, number of assertions, okay. That's it. It only appears this many times. String, float, integer maybe. Integer. Interesting. This doesn't make sense because these are not the ones. Yeah. Assert. Oh yeah, this might be it. DECI, nope. Float, nope. Number is not a number. Is number 2. Cups, how many cups? That's what I'm using. I'll have to run these tests so many times. Convert handler.get number. What is this? Should correctly read a whole number input. I gave 2. 2 is a whole number. Let's see. It has a type error. Why? Probably because of this. Yeah, because test is to be tested against number with the type of is. Yeah, I get it. Okay, fine. So at 2.2, let's see what happens there. No, don't run it. Sorry. Cancel, please. Thank you. npm run test. Okay, this still works with 2.2 as well. What if I were to write 2.2 slash save, run again? Okay, it has a problem when I put a slash, so it knows what a valid number is. Cool. So I think I can rewrite this basically. So number 1 and number 2, I'll keep this a whole number. This will be a number with a decimal point. Both will pass. Is what? Should correctly read a decimal number input. Is float. Next. Why does that keep appearing? Highlighting. Number 3 should correctly read a fractional input. fractional I do not know what they mean by that. Assert should correctly read a fraction input. Validate input to be a valid fraction. Need to validate input from input box to be positive fraction in one of three formats: 1, 2, 15 fraction, 1 by 2, 3 by 4, both integer and fraction. Next number. This guy tried this, failed. This checks for two integers separated by, I think whatever the answer is, I think I'll find it in chai. Maybe. It won't be a fraction. If I write command F, frac, even those 4 letters don't exist. Okay. One way to find out. 2 by 2. If it doesn't have a problem with 2 by 2, we'll know. Oh, come on, cancel and run again. His float works. His whole number. By the way, why did it print number here? Oh, I know why. Because of you. Thanks. Unit tests is whole number is float. So 2 by 2. I mean, we pass it, but do we pass it? Should correctly read a fractional input. What would it assert by itself? Yep. Quite easy to copy paste now. 2.2, let's go crazy. Maybe I'll write 5 by 2 here. This is also, I'm using is number for all 3 of them, not even machined. Should correctly read a fractional input. Yeah. Next, this will be number 3. All of them will subsequently change subsequently. Should correctly read a fractional input with a decimal. What? So basically these tests are to be tested here. I suppose so. I think we should be using is true. Should we? Is true. Match this with that. Yeah. This covers specific cases. What if we don't want, we want random cases? With any number you can do anything. But they haven't given us a random number to work with. Oh yeah, a fractional input works. This works. Yeah. One more please. I hear vibrations. No mind, nothing's happening. Is number, yeah. Now do you want a fraction input with a decimal? So basically 2 by 2. 2 by 3 also works. Now if I ask you to run these tests, wait a minute, I have to also define the name of the test, right? But all 5 pass anyway. Okay. Is whole number, is float, is fractional. Is fractional by float. Maybe. Is fractional by float. Yeah, I know this isn't, but you guys get it. Yeah, cool. Next, should correctly read a fractional input with a decimal done, taken care of. 4 tests done. Next, number 5, should correctly return an error on a double fraction. Uh, return an error. That's something interesting. error is null. Okay. To find that out, we have to go here. Return. Wait. error please. If error. Okay. I am a custom error. Assert if error. Unfortunately, my projects don't throw errors. Huh. I mean, that sounded more arrogant than I thought. What I mean is, let's write it. No, let's stop. Should return an error on double fraction. Correctly return an error. What do you mean correctly return an error? So, is true. How do you write is true? I can't even. Okay. Is true. If it's true, true is true. Is not true, value truthy. Objects are truthy but are not Boolean values. Is this the error message? What is its syntax, please? Is true or is not true? Actual value message to display on error. Yeah, okay. Got it. So we'll use is not true for this. How will I work on is? How will I write is not true? That's for me to decide. That's for me to find out. Oh, literally. It's literally is true or is not true. Very cool. Something is true or is not true. It's not true. If it's not true, what will you do? It will throw an error. Wait a minute. Actual value message to display on error is true. Now what are we checking? Whatever we are checking should be inside this. Currently return an error on double fraction. So we have to check whether a number is a valid number. How do we ask it to throw an error? This is very cool. How do we ask it to throw an error? How do we do that? Is there a thing? error? Yeah, I googled it. Error throws. Okay. If error like is an error constructor that asserts, oh come on, assert that throws error, then you. Interesting. Let's write this then. Dot throws. Throws or does not throw. What does this say? Assert throws, function that may throw this message to display on error. Yeah. Okay. What will we ask it to throw? The same thing. We are going to get a number. We write 3 slashes. What happens when we do this? I don't know. Let's find out. Good. We have an assertion error. So I need to look at the syntax again. We have the function message catcher. What error is it expecting? Expected 2.5 to be a function. Yes, so will it always throw assertion errors? अबे asked it to copy and paste literally the keyword assertion error. Does it expect it in a string? Let's see. Chai assert throws. We have a function. Okay, we have a function message matcher. Message matcher, where are you in this case? We have a function that's a callback function, and it ends where? Allah. Ignored any message. Where does the comma end? Throws, the bracket ends here. We have void overloads, ignored parameter, and the message. I do not know what this is. No clue. I'll keep it empty. Is this the ignored parameter for now? Let's find out. Oh, by the way, it has a problem with number 1 unit tests. What? Which is you, number 5. But yeah. Throws does not throw. Yep, I'm sighing. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, it still has, now it has a reference error. So the problem is not with this, or maybe the problem is with this, but the problem runs deeper. It's expecting, so I need to understand whether it expects this as a string. The best way is to read the documentation. What do you say? You write the function and the error message. Okay. Error thrown must have a message that matches this. Error thrown must have this message. So you're waiting for a specific errors. Okay. Where is my code? Okay. Is expected 2.5 to be a function. And the thing is, I've designed my code to run this way, that if we pass 5 by 2 by 3, I know what it does. Okay. Yeah, the funny thing is, it will not accept this value at all when we work with convert handler. This function, what does it do? This is the convert handler function, and we've called it here convert handler equals new convert handler. So this is an instantiation of this object. Well, not an object, constructor class. Anyway, this method getNumber doesn't help. What would help? Should correctly return an error on a double fraction. Well, now I've designed it this way that it wouldn't accept anything after /3, but that's written in the API.js file. So what logic did I use in my API.js file? If text contains 2 dots or 2 slashes, wait a minute, I have to check for something. Just a second. What if I were to write 5 by 2 by 2 by 3 kg? What happens? Oh yeah, it says 2.5 kilograms. So I've not worked on my project to this degree, where we ask it to discard. I mean, I can add this test right away. I couldn't have thought of this. Comma space dot and then a slash. This will consider it as a space, right? Okay. Yeah, now we can take care of you. But again, this test is in the api.js file, not in this. So basically we have to run one of these tests. Only this much. I think this much should suffice. What I'll do is I'll go to the unit test and I'll explain further. Convert handler should correctly return an error on a double fraction. Yeah. The challenge is to not cut through though. Yeah. Butterfingers. So what I'm getting at is this, if I write 5 by 2 by 3 kg, this should return invalid number. It doesn't. I've solved it to work on the website or the web page, but now I have to write a test that does this with the convert handler instance. That means we have to test in here with the convert handler.js. So I have to write extra steps inside this instead of the api.js file basically. And we don't have a function that does it. And we have convert handler, but I don't have a method that specifically only takes numbers as an argument. It has been designed to extract number or a mathematical expression from a string. Cool. So in this case, this text does contain digits. Then it will check for a single slash. If a single slash exists, then it does this. Now we wanted to throw an error and not calculate this value. I have to write a few layers of tests basically. Maybe a few, maybe not a few, maybe not many at all. Let's do it. I mean, just to pass this test, I can work on something. Not a number or something. Invalid number or something like that. Fine. So what I can do is, if text contains digits, then I want you to run another test. Come on. What will it run? Think. What will this test run? It will run for us 2 slashes. Yeah, I'm sighing so much. Currently return an error on double fraction. This is an example, but it could be anything. I'm working on 3 by 2 by 3. Quite easy to do. Okay. All of this is wrapped. You have an if statement that checks for something. If it returns true, then you do this. Otherwise, you do this. Okay. What do you check? A regular expression. Yeah. Dot test this. What? This what? Input. Test what? I have to write a regular expression for this now. Funny. Okay. What do you check for? If there are digits in your number, then you do this. Do what? Check for what? 2 slashes. Okay. A sequence that goes like this. Sorry. And a dot in the middle for a placeholder. Yeah, a dot could be a digit or anything really. If such a sequence exists, then what do? Then you do this, which is empty, and then you write an else if statement. This shouldn't be wrapped. Yeah, this shouldn't be wrapped. Okay, makes sense now. Right. If it is, do we ask it to throw literally error? Doesn't work that way. Return invalid number. Yep. So many things happen. Just a second. One small mistake and everything goes to... Okay. The screen has turned itself off. To turn it on again. Yeah, we're back. But you guys won't be seeing anything anyway. Return a string that says invalid number. Wow, so original. Now I just have to write is true. Wait, what? Yeah, is true. Is true works. Let's confirm how to write is true. This doesn't help at all. This says is true value and then the message. Wow. Yeah, but I know what to do. We don't need the message. I use strict equality to say if it prints invalid number, then you say is true. Correctly return an error. Throws error. That's it. That's the only test we're running. Throws error. Someone's playing the flute. In any case, npm run test works. Is whole number, is float, is fractional by float, throws error. Cool. Returns an error, throws an error, makes sense. Next, should correctly default to a numerical input of 1 when no numerical input is provided. Yeah, I can do that. I don't need to do anything. Wait a minute, these are, yeah, I'm literally writing the tests, right? So I can do whatever I like basically. Yeah, I'm not sure about that, but okay. No number. Get number. If I write gal, for example, we should get 1. Is this true? When I run that convert handler function, if text does not contain a digit, as in this, if the input does not contain digits, any digits whatsoever, any number 0 to 9, we get 1. Pretty cool. Yeah, this would return 1 perfectly well. Let's confirm by running the test. No number. Do we have to wait for a few minutes, seconds maybe? Yes, we have to wait. Okay. cancel this, ask it to run again. Yep, let's wait for it to take its sweet time. Cool. Wait a minute, I think because we're using strict equality, I would expect number 1. My bad. It will still take its sweet time. I think the CPU might be overloading. Nope, it's not overloading. Wow. Crazy. Call me crazy. Yep, 6 tests pass. We pass all 6 tests. Next. Next, what? Should correctly read each valid input unit. What do you mean each valid input unit? Maybe I know what they're talking about. Type. Wait, I think I might needed that. typeof. If type of this, whatever we pass it, prints this, then it's true. So is this true? Okay, fine. Let's run this down. Should correctly default to a numerical. No, correctly read each valid input. Is valid input. So what I'll write here is I'll run a bunch of tests. Let's go. We have for not a number, but we are writing type of, right? Type of is number. NUMBR. All of them will return the type of number. I mean, yeah, true. Unless we have an assertion error. Expected plus to be minus. Yeah, that's okay. So gallon, 1 gallon. I don't need to write gallon, but I'll write gallon just in case. Ha 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 ha. Get number, what can I write? A whole number, a decimal, int by int, 8 by 4, a float by int, an int by float. All of their type will return number. We'll find out soon enough. Yep. Now it's taking less time. Very good. We have a reference error, number is not defined. Suppose I know why. When did I write big int? I never wrote big int. Cool, now it will work. Yep, 7 pass because all of them are valid inputs and it returns a number when we give it a valid input. Should correctly read each valid input unit. Am I maybe missing something? Am I supposed to write the tests in a way they are asking us to, or maybe I don't know. This is FCC testing, we are not supposed to edit this file. Does that mean it will run its own tests? We don't know. So I'm going to leave that. Ignore this. Where is that? How do I turn this off? Yeah, okay. Unit tests. Okay, so this is taken care of. Number 7. Now number 8. Sorry, this is done. Number 8. Should correctly return an error for an invalid input unit. तो ये क्या था? Wait a minute. This was numerical. Now we're working on units. Good. Finally, a valid unit. So get maybe not get unit. Valid input unit. Invalid unit. Maybe I can use get return unit instead. Let's write one of the tests. Test what? Valid unit. Is valid unit. Is this true? Am I going to use is true? Yes. Is there a better way? Should currently return an error for an invalid input unit. ERROR. If error. No, not if error. I want fail. I want it to fail. How about that? And if I wanted to return a failure, yeah, I have not written my code that way that it returns an error. Because I've used default here, so if I want it to return an error, I don't know what to do. Get unit only gets us a unit. Switch case is used here and here. Yeah, it's okay. I can do this. I can write an if is true statement to this. That would still check for errors. So what do I write? Get return unit. Yep, get return unit what? I'll put a valid number but an invalid unit. If I write, let's say KMS, kilometers, we are using KM not KMS. So if I write 2 KMS, there it should say invalid unit. So if when I call this function and it returns a string that says invalid unit, my assertion will be true. Let's check. Yep, is valid input. Yeah, this shouldn't be valid. Why do we have is valid input here and not is valid unit? Valid input. Oh, this is number 6. That's why. This should be number 8. Interesting. So the numbers matter. That's why it says 7 passing, not 8 passing. Interesting. And also, by the way, this thing is inside this code. My bad. Now it makes more sense. Okay. Now we should see 8 passing and not 7 passing. Yep, 8 passing is valid input is valid unit. Cool. Yeah, it's not throwing an error, but it's still working the same way. Shouldn't throw an error, it doesn't. If I run my tests now, what happens? Let's ask it to cancel. I'll ask it to complete this challenge. Let's see. Does it at least say we pass 8 out of 12 tests? Oh yeah, now we have an error there. You can convert gallon to liter and vice versa. Plus it prints expected status unavailable to be an array. For all 16 unit tests. Okay. This says 1 gallon. You can convert only GL to L and vice versa. If I were to write GL, what happens? 1 gallon converts to this many liters, and if I write capital L, I see 1 liters converts to 0.26 whatever gallons. Okay, if I write GAL only, I get 3.78541. 3.78541 test timed. Oh, the test timed out. Okay, maybe. Okay. The test took a longer time. That's okay. Okay. It says all 16 unit tests are complete and passing. Error expected, status unavailable to be an array. Huh. What's that mean? I would only know what that means. Yeah. Let's at least finish these tests then. All of them. Where is it? Cool, we have worked with invalid input unit. Wait a minute. No numerical. After no numerical. Throws error, no numerical. Oh, this should have been in unit. My bad. Valid input unit. Correctly read each valid input unit. My bad. I'm so sorry. This shouldn't be input. This should be unit. The number 7th one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. The 7th should be for inputs and not input units and not input numbers. Okay. UNIT is valid unit. Quite easy to do. Get return unit. Yeah. If I write gal, we should get capital L. If I write km, I should get mi. I also reuse this, by the way. Bye. Yeah, maybe more. Gallon to liter, liter to gallon. Mile to kilometers. Km is to, yes. Mile to kilometer to mile. And what was it? Gallons to liters. They are done. What else was it? Kilograms. kg to pounds. lbs and lbs to kg. Pounds, lbs. Yeah, lbs. Cool. So is valid unit. Cool. Each input unit. Cool. Should correctly return an error for an invalid input unit. Done. Next. Wait a minute. That's it. Sorry. Why are there two curly braces? What are you for? Who are you for? Ouch. So it should be here, but this shouldn't be here. Sign. Number 9, what is it? Should return the correct unit for each valid input unit. Allah, तो ये क्या है? Bro, I literally what? Okay. Should correctly read each valid input unit. Each valid input unit. Done. Should return the correct. Okay, I think it's the same thing. Basically reuse these. Yeah, both tests check the same thing, but is valid unit output. Yeah, is valid unit output for each of them. Yeah, for each of them. Next, should return the correct return unit for each valid input unit. Done. Is valid input unit. Oh, that's for that. Is valid input unit. I'll use that instead. Is valid input unit. Is valid unit. Yeah. Then what? Convert handler should return the correct return unit for each valid input unit. Done. Should correctly return the spelled out string unit for each valid input unit. Yeah, I can write that. That's a much better one. Let me reuse this. Number 10, test number 10. What function will it be? Spell out unit. Thank you. Can I use replace here? So get return on unit. I would like to replace this. Enable regular expressions. That's the one. Yes, get return unit after the 15th one. That's the one. Yep, that's where it is. Paste spell out unit. So I'll the next one. Yep, and yep. Cool. Oh, come on! My bad. Shouldn't have changed that. Something's vibrating there. Shouldn't be. Yeah, I'm at the last one. Why did it not convert that? Yep, something's vibrating. Or humming, really, not vibrating. This is a get return unit. Very good. So spell out unit gallon. If I run this function, it should return GALLONS. If I write liter, we should get LITRES. Yes? No, they use ERS. Next, kilometers, KILOMETRS. Yeah, TERS. Miles, MILES. kg, kilograms, pounds. Done. Is valid unit output? No. What are we checking? Checking whether the return the spelled out unit string for each valid input unit. Is valid unit spelled out? Let's run this npm run test. Test isn't a correct word phrase. It is test. So npm run test. If I run this, what happens? We have one error at this spelled out thingy. Very good. What is it? Spell out unit. The spelling is correct. The assertion, there is an assertion error, so maybe I use the wrong equality operator. Where is the problem? At which line? The 65th line. At the 60th. Oh, there are multiple errors. Is valid input unit. Very good. Let's find out. So after no number, which is, so this is the number 7th one. Yes, there is an error. Why? Maybe I made a mistake. No. Is valid input unit. It threw an assertion error. expected false to be true. Get return unit. Is this function defined incorrectly? Get return unit, it converts gallons to liters, so GAL capital L. Let's confirm which line is it. 40th line. So it has a problem with this one. If I call this function get return unit, convert handler dot get return unit, and if I give it the string gal, which is what it's expecting, init unit to lowercase, it will convert that into lowercase, and then it will check for what? Gal, GAL. This is GAL. If it is GAL, then you return the result L, and this returns L. Yeah, so even if I write strict equality, this is correct. Then we have L gal, kilometer meter. So KMMI, sorry, that's miles, sorry, my bad. KMMI or MIKM, the same thing. Liter gallon, the same thing. Then we have unit tests. That's the next one. Sorry, this one. Sorry, not is valid unit output here. Then okay, which works with get return unit. Maybe what happens if I run this again? Still have that error. Okay, well, let's go one by one. Oh, I know why. Okay, nothing. Is type of that is valid input. Wait a minute. Yeah, the type of shouldn't exist here. This keyword type of shouldn't exist. Okay. Command Z, I'll put a space after it so that it also takes care of that. Niklo. Valid output. Yep, Niklo. Go out, get out. Yep. Okay. Now I should pass all tests. Yep, 10 passing, good. We have 10 tests and we've passed all 10. Next, 6 more. Should correctly return an error for an invalid input unit. I think I've already passed that, sorry. Should correctly return the spelled out string unit, so yeah, spelled out. Cool. Should correctly convert gal to L. Then what are you for? What are you here for? What? I'm seriously doubting what this tests now. Is valid unit. Okay, I'm going to go through that again. Where do the unit questions begin? Should correctly read each valid input unit. Okay, each valid input unit, right. What would that mean? If I write the text 3.2 gallon, it should run and get us that string. What am I saying? No. And I've defined the functions this way that I probably need to run these tests again. Why? They're all the same thing. I ran them. I mean, easy for me though. Jaldi khatam ho jayega. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay. Okay. 7, right? Interesting. 7 after number 10. Okay, whatever. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Cool. Wait a minute, if this is 10, this should have been 11. I should have started with 11, my bad. Next. Okay. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16. By the way, we have 17. Huh. I think I made a mistake somewhere. Let's confirm. 1 is whole number. Correctly read a decimal. Is float. Yeah. Is fractional. Yep. Is fractional divided by float. Yep. Then 3 by 2 by 3 or 5 by 2 by 3, really invalid number. Then if we give it no number, then it should print 1. Done. Convert handler should correctly read each valid input unit. Each valid input unit should correctly read each valid input unit. Okay, fine. Maybe I can write a for loop inside this thingy. Anyway, so how many is that? 3, 6, 7. 7 tests. Number 8 should correctly return an error for an invalid input unit. Invalid KMS, invalid input unit. Number 9 should correctly return an error for an invalid for each valid input unit. Then invalid is invalid. This is for valid is invalid input unit. Cool. Return an error. Fine. Should return the correct return unit for each valid input unit. Gal to liter, liter to gallon. Yep. Done. Get return unit. Yeah. Okay. Then we have should correctly return the spelled out string unit for each valid input unit. So gal, gallons, liters, kilometers, miles, kilograms and pounds. Okay. Should correctly return the spelled out string. So that's number 10. Okay, we're right. I'm right. Okay. Then why does this say 16 tests? Just shut up. Fine. Whatever. Cool. I'll work on this. Number 12, 13, 15, 16. Oh, the 17. I made a mistake. Okay. Cool. Liter to gallon and gallon to liter. Let's move all of them and to the top, and we'll go one by one. Yup. Yeah, I'll also move these lines first. Yeah, okay. Hey, sorry. Yeah. Okay. 1 for gallon, 1 for liter, 1 for kilometer, 1 for meter, 1 for this and that. Okay. Gal to liter, let's check. check gal to L. Yup, get return unit gallon to liter, done. Is it true? Yes, it's true. Check. I can reuse that. Check L to gal, yep. Check km to mi. Check mi to km. I did not. Okay, that is strange. Okay, km. Check mi to km. Meter to miles to kilometers. So kilometers to miles, miles to kilometers, liter to gallon, gallon to meter. Where is gallon to liter? Okay, gallon to liter. Yep. What is this? Kg, 2 pounds. Where did this L come from? Go away. Check. Pounds to kg. I mean, I could have written the full letters, but okay. So that does it. Wait a minute. Yeah, I think I should pass all 16 now. Let's confirm. This says all 16 unit tests should be passing, but this we have a problem. This says expected unavailable to be an array. I finished the personal library project. The string was causing an error on someone else's project, but now that I've looked closer, the error message you're getting in that string code, I see it's totally error. What? How is that? How are you solving it? The string was causing an error. What? In order to test, node env must be equal to test. Haven't I done that? Secrets, node underscore env. This contains test. It's uppercase, but is that wrong? Maybe? Probably. Yeah, probably. Edit please. test. I want it in lowercase. Yes. Yeah. Should work now. Now running the tests shouldn't be a problem. And also console logs shall be removed. I don't need it anymore. Save. Run please. Okay, listening on port, and it ran its tests by itself. Very good. 16 passing. So if I run this, we should get 16 passing here, and there should only be an error for one of you. Good, at least 5. Okay, so now we have to work on 5 functional tests. Yeah, that's it. Having said that, I'm going to take a short break, refresh a little bit, and come back fresher than ever with the next part of the steps. Thank you for watching. I'll be right back. Hello, welcome back. Let's see what I was up to before. I had some good coffee, although I feel tired, but we can see what we were doing. Okay, now we can find out what we were doing before. Sorry, yeah. Uh, okay, so now I can close unit tests 1. We go to functional tests. What are we checking with functional tests? 5 tests. Okay. And what are these functional tests? Convert a valid input such as 10 liter, get request to API convert. What? Convert a valid input such as 10 liter, get request to API. Okay. Yeah, I'll copy my code from this VS Code thingy. We are working on functional tests now. Maybe I can reuse some of it. How much of this has been written? Chai HTTP, chai assert and server. Chai assert server HTTP and use chai HTTP. Is that in here? Yep, chai HTTP use. Yep, done. Inside the suite, we begin with the first test, number 1. Wait a minute. Yeah, not. There is a suite inside a suite. Nope. Only one suite is good enough. Copy. We are not running a series of two tests. I'm only running one test. Time. Okay. Test get hello with no name. Nope. Is there a. That's the one. Okay. Copy and put that here. Convert a valid input such as 10 liter. Cool, so run 10 liters. Get what? We have a chai, keep open. Ours is API convert. Yep. Which way would you like me to do? Clicking on buttons or with browser? I think they want me to do it with get requests. Yeah, not with those button clicks. Button clicks don't use get requests here, you can see that. So yeah, so get request to API convert. So get request to API convert. At the end we assert equal. First of course is the response status and one is this text. What should the text print? Let's find out. What should it print? If I were to write 10L, we should get this as string. Do we get that? To check for that, how do we check? Response.type, response.body.name, response.body.surname. Okay. To find out what it returns, we need to check. So, what does the response object hold? Response method, response, what can I call you? Response.body. Where will it be stored? Will it be in response.json? Cannot know. Chai response object RESPO. Ours is put send end. Okay. Dealing with response promises. If promise is available, request becomes a promise capable library. No. Assert the response object has a header. Expect request to have header. expect requires response to have status 200. Oh yeah. Would this work instead of this assert dot equal to have status? Yeah. We'll find out soon enough. I can't write a response dot text. What can I write though? Is it supposed to be this? Come on. And come here and paste. Nope. Paste now. Yes. I don't know what the response object is, so I have to ask it to log to the console and tell me what the response object holds. But I can't write response. I'll write response.body. Okay. We'll see how many errors this thing prints. npm run tests. Test isn't a thing. Test is good. We get an uncaught reference error. Yeah, I know. Which line? 16th line. This thingy. Okay. So we make it go back to that. Oh yeah, we need response.type is application JSON. Oh yeah. Send what? Wait a minute, I can do that, right? That is cool. Let's confirm that. Convert a valid. क्या बोल रहे हैं? Uncaught expect is not defined. Expect is not defined. Are you kidding me? Oh, expect is not defined. Okay. Where was the response, by the way? Oh, so you have to define expect. Fine. Okay. Again, I'll have to copy this line. Yep. Now run the test, please. We still have an assertion error. Expected 500 to equal to 100. Okay. Well, at least we are getting that. What if I ask it to run here? Oh, we'll see that error anyway. Good. 500 to equal to 100. Response status is printed. इसको एक और ऊपर ले देते. Before it prints error, I wanted to show me what it is seeing. Response.body. An empty object. So response.body, it's not that easy to write. Okay. I'm not supposed to pass it an object, I'm only supposed to pass it a string. This is not the test we should be running. Maybe some other. What if I don't want to pass it an object? Send not this. Oh, you're using put. I'm using get. Fine. Let's do it. Slash what? It's input, okay. Input 4gal, yeah, that's the one. Instead of 4gal, 10 capital L. So So if we get this, the response should be this. But it gets stuck at status. Why? Who knows? Why are we even getting response status to be 200? Yahoo, so that we know if it's peculiar, we'll see it immediately or easily, not immediately but easily. I see Yahoo here. Yep. And in response.body we get this object. Yep. Response.body. Check, assert whether this is equal. Done. We still have a problem with that error went away, and so did mine. Interesting. Assertion error, expected object init num to equal object init num init unit. Did I not write it correctly? 10 capital L prints this. Init num 10 init unit L. Okay, let's read all of it. Can't read all of it because why is there an error? There's an assertion error, uncaught assertion error. Okay. I mean, this is basically it's throwing an error. That means these are not equal. Expected plus actual minus. But basically these are not true. 10L. Why not? Convert a valid input such as 10L get request to. Wait a minute. What does this do? Convert a valid input such as 10L request to API convert. Yeah. Are you checking for this perhaps? Only way, we need a console to print what it's looking at. Console.log string hello test string comma space response.body object please. What does body object print? I see. Hello test string. It's not string, it's string, but anyway. Okay, now if I write here 10L, let's confirm. We get init num at this, init 10 at this, that. Okay. Is it because of string? Probably. Yeah. I don't know yet. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Who are we to know? It fails. Why? Expected this object because it returns an object and we ask it to return an object. Assert equal this to this, and it prints and it returns an object. It stores init num, init unit, return num, return unit, and string. Init num, init unit, return number, return unit, and string. That's literally the same thing. Or maybe they're not. Based on what? Are they not equal? Oh, this isn't even loading now. Maybe it took some time. We still have an uncaught error. Why? Now the page is not in the center. 10L please. Yeah, okay. 10L, press enter. and it prints 10 liters, converts to this. Yeah. Response dot body hello test string. That's what I'm asking it to print. Okay. Type of, what is its type, please? If it tells me an array or an object or something, I'll have a better idea. Of course, we'll see an error, but before we see an error, we should see object. Yeah. 10 liters LITERS. I literally copied it. Okay. There's a better way. I mean, there's another way. Not better, there's another way. What if I were to write command C here and put that here? It's looping. It returns an object that prints this. Init number, init unit, return number, return unit, and string. So, what is the problem? Num unit, string. This is an object. Assert dot equal this. Not even they can stop me now. What do we check it with then? Convert a valid input such as this. Request to API convert. Get request to API convert. I mean, I know what they're talking about. Init num, init unit. Equal. Assert equal is what? Asserts non-strict equality of actual and expected. Actual value, potential expected value, message to display on error. The answers do not match. Let's ask it to run again. So instead of an error, we'll see this message, probably, or I could be wrong. Nope. The answers do not match expected. Oh yeah, but yeah, it does actually do that. Why? At the 18th line of this project, wins is unequal would return true, is not equal would return true. Cool. Maybe because this is not an object, it's a string. Wait a minute, what? Oh, that's okay. typeof. Let's see. Allah, क्या लिख दिया मैंने? Obviously, the answer do not match expected this to equal object. Yeah. Let's look at its syntax again. Abe. Let's hover the mouse over it. Nope. Yes. Actual value, which is response to body. Expected value is this init number 10. Initial unit this 64172. 64172. Let's write that. Is it 64172? Actually, I can't even. Okay, it took a few seconds. Is that causing problems? Not waiting for a few seconds. Wait for 5 seconds and then run the tests. It didn't wait for 5 seconds, did it? Did ya? Did you? The answers do not match. Still, it prints an object. What if I move the two? Not even they can stop me now. Nope. So the problem at the 19th line equal. JSON dot stringify. When did I? I have. Okay, now we have something. The formatting, because now it has been stringified. Yeah, if I am doing that, okay. JSON dot stringify. Okay, finally we passed that thingy. Cool. Bye bye. Stringify response dot body to be that. Okay. Converted valid input such as 10 liters. Convert an invalid input such as this. Cool. I'll reuse this, of course. Haha. How will I reuse it? Let's find out. I think one is enough. Test number 2. Convert an invalid. So instead of 10L, I shall write 32G. Lowercase g, please. Should respond with, let's find out. 32G. Is it capital? Lowercase, it's lowercase. If I write 32G, it should print invalid unit. Cool. Also want to check one thing while we're at it. I don't think we'll need stringify anymore. But confirm console.log response.json. Why is there a red underline? Comma expected. Oh yeah, this shouldn't be. Oh, my bad. This should be here. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Yeah, this will go away. pressed the wrong button by mistake. Invalid unit, comma, space. In response dot body, now I need to know anywhere. Let's ask it to run. Of course there will be an error. There is not an error. That is quite interesting. By the way, I also asked console to print a JSON response, not JSON. It didn't. It did not. I wonder. And I wonder if you know what it means. And I'm back on my grind. Why did it not print the log? Should at least tell me that response.json doesn't exist. But in any case, we win, so I don't mind. We can go to the next one. Test number 3. Let's find out. Yep, that's about it. I'll change this test, the name of this test, the number of this test. In child.request.server, keep open get. What do we write? 3-7.2-42 kg. Intriguing. 3-7.2-4 kg. Such as, they're saying such as, so I could use different sets of numbers. Right. This should say invalid number. Have I written the code to work this way? I have not. Yeah, it returns an answer. That means I have not written code to be wary of code such as. Interesting. Wait a minute. kg. If I were to write kg, yeah. So I have to write code to be wary of such instances. Now I can see what an instance of an invalid number looks like. Okay, so this is what? A number. We've been told to actively avoid something like this. That means I have to write another if statement. If you get a slash, a placeholder, then a dot, then a slash, think. What is the situation? A slash, then a placeholder. Placeholder can be a digit. Let's not work on can. Let's write it. Okay. So a slash, then a digit plus could be, and then an actual dot or a decimal point, what you would call it, and then a slash, and then a decimal point. I think, yeah, this occurrence makes sense. An occurrence where we have a slash, then a digit, then a dot, and then dot or a decimal point, then this second dot is actually a placeholder for any value, any character whatsoever, and then a slash. This just might work. Let's confirm. Yes, it worked. Next, Convert an invalid number and unit such as this many kilo megagram. Get request to API convert. Gladly. Go to functional tests. Now we work on this one. Let's add a space between two of them. I can see we have a comment from Paul Schweppes or Paul Schwepp. Thank you for joining. Sorry I didn't see your message before. Paste such as kilo megagram. Input is this. Convert an invalid number in units such as okay, yeah. Okay, I don't know what will happen, so let's find out. I send that request, it says invalid number in unit, so I have defined it this way. Very cool. Oh yeah, this would work actually, makes sense. Cool. Invalid number, it should say invalid number and unit. The response returned would return invalid number in unit. The answers do not match. Yep. Fourth test. Passing. Next. Convert with no number such as kg. I know what you mean. Copy. Next for you. Well, I'll first put two spaces between the two of you. Move. Okay, that's enough. Number 5. Convert with no number such as kg. I'll work with gallons, GAL only. I love using that. The response should be, what would it, GAL. The best way to find out is to check for this value actually. It won't be a string, it will be a number. We'll put that here. I hope it doesn't have a problem writing a number. Response.body.return num. I think I should pass all 5 tests. Yep, done. Pretty cool. Now the same way I'll ask it to run this. It's running. Done. We pass the first project. Woo! Yeah. Say na. I'm out of water. Pretty cool. What time is it? 10 baje nahi. Okay. So I think we're done with you. I'm going to take a short break. When I come back, I will continue with more of this. See you guys in a few minutes. Yep, I'm back. It was a rather short break, knowing my reputation. Let's work with issue tracker now. Let's see what an issue tracker is. Close this. This is actually very cool. One of the projects, issue tracker.md. I'll need this. Okay, now also replit. I'll open replit here. Copy link address, paste and enter. Yep, import from GitHub please. While this loads, what else can we do? We can take a look at their website. Come on, that's not their website, this is their page. We'll work with server.js, api.js. Come on. Tests, functional tests number 2. Where is number 1? Who knows? Who knows? I do not see functional test number 1 or any of that. Okay, this is what the page looks like. Example, get usage. If I write issues of a certain project, then we get an array of issues. So we're going to work with databases. Yep, we're going to work with a database, not databases. Yeah, probably MongoDB. I'll ask it to run its starting thing. Not sure what to do. Yes, I am not too sure. Why is that not running? Now it is. Yeah. Yep, the CPU and the RAM are crying for help. They're literally burning while npm tries to install this. I can maybe do something. If I go to package.json, I should see. I don't. Interesting. I wonder where we'll store all of this data. I wonder. Okay. Anyway, speaking so loudly won't help. Server.js. I would also like to open api.js. This is where we'll define the routes. As you can see here, app.root, we have post, get, put and delete. So we'll work on several of them. Yeah. Go to API. Example looks like this. I can't go on this, but if I click on this, yep. So submit issue on API test. Yeah, it's only going to get louder. You know what, I'll end this live video right now, and when the music dies down a little bit, I'll go live again. See you guys. Thank you for watching and thank you for your support. Sorry I have to cut it short so quickly, but yeah. Ciao.